O Great Spirit, Namaste. Saints and sages of all times, of all places, Namaste. O ye pathmakers of old, Namaste. Ancestors of our bloodlines, ancestors of all of the lineages to whom we attune, Namaste. Om Shri Babaji Ya Namaha. Om Shri Lahiri Mahasayaji Ya Namaha. Om Shri Yukateshwarji Ya Namaha. Om Shri Paramahansa Yoganandaji Ya Namaha. Om Shri Shaliji Ya Namaha. Om Shri Kriyanandaji Ya Namaha. And thus we call upon the Holy Kriya lineage. Om Shri Ravi Vanamaha. Om Shri Chandra Vanamaha. Om Shri Mangala Vanamaha. Om Shri Uri Vanamaha. Om Shri Brihaspati Vanamaha. Om Shri Sukra Vanamaha. Om Shri Sani Vanamaha. Om Shri Rahu Vanamaha. Om Shri Ketu Vanamaha. Om Shri Uranus Vanamaha. Om Shri Neptune Vanamaha. Om Shri Pluto Vanamaha. And thus we call upon the planetary energies that affect the universe in which we live. Om Shri Ishta Devata Ya Namaha. Om Shri Ishta Devata Ya Namaha. Om Shri Ishta Devata Ya Namaha. In all of thy names and all of thy forms, we call upon thee at this moment to be with us. Sweep clear the path, that we might become more intimate with thee. Namaste ji. Namaskar. There once upon a yogi time, if you will, there was a young seeker. And he went to his grandmama and said, "How do I become like you? How do I become intimate with the Lord?" And she told him a story. Once upon a yogi time, there was a young soul who lived in the land of the Lord. And the prayer was, "May the Lord bless you and keep you." And the Lord blessed him. There was food from the land. There was pure water from the streams and the rivers. It was kept pure by the Lord of the land. There was work for all. There was school, there was education, there was health care when it was needed. And all of those living in the land knew the name of the Lord. May the Lord bless you and keep you. But one day, the young soul decided to venture out to the home of the Lord. And he, just by sheer luck, happened to be there on a day when the doors were open and anybody from the land could walk in. And he hears someone right next to him. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and be gracious unto you. And the young man saw the face of the Lord. For the first time ever, he saw the face of that Lord who had been taking care of him and his family. Oh, wow. He saw his form, and his heart opened, and he felt a kinship and a oneness with the Lord. He knew the name of the Lord, and now he had seen the face of the Lord. Oh, did he have the courage? He noticed that there were others who were sitting right up at the front. Right up at the front. He had just snuck in the back door. He could see pretty well. He could see the face of the Lord. But how did they get up to the front? What did they do? He sat back there for a bit of a while and watched, and he saw that every day, every time he came back into the Lord's house, he saw that there were helpers. They were helping. The Lord needed the room cleaned, they cleaned the room. The Lord needed a glass of water, they got water from the stream. Seats were needed to be put out for the people who came. They put the seats out, they put them away. They arranged the flowers, always quietly. And as he got near them, he could feel that there was a blessing, a quietude, a peace that came from them. It was quite a blessing. One day, he gained more and more courage because he could hear, "May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and be gracious unto you." But he knew there was something else missing. Something missing. And he wanted it. He could taste it. He wanted it. It gets a little closer. It gets a little closer to the outer edge of the inner circle. And that morning, as he walks in and he sits on the outer edge, he hears whispered through the whole room, "May the Lord make his face shine upon you and grant you peace." And all of a sudden he realized he was close enough that the Lord was smiling upon him, smiling upon him. The face of the Lord was radiant and glorious. And he was filled with Anandic bliss. And he knew that he could ask anything and it would be taken care of. That there was someone he could talk to and he would be listened. There was somebody who blessed him. And as he entered the circle, the outer edges of the circle, he found that the Lord knew his name. Namarupa. For he had never known that. He knew the name of the Lord, but he did not know that the Lord knew his name, her name, their name. And he realized, as he was blessed by the shining glory of the Lord, that the Lord knew the names of each soul within that land. He stayed, he sat down, he meditated, and attuned deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to the Divine One, until he could hear his own name for the Lord. Not the one everybody else used, but his name for the Lord. And from that moment on, the Lord blessed him, kept him, always lifted up his countenance upon him. And even when he couldn't see it, even when he didn't know it, the face of the Divine shone upon him. And if he wished to gather it, if he wished to accept it, was sending Anandic bliss and deep peace to him. That is there for you, my beloved. It is there for me. It is there for usins, if you will. Someone wrote me a beautiful note earlier this week and asked about this Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata, your chosen form of the Divine. And said in beautiful language, I've never had that close an intimate relationship with the Divine. Is it possible? And the answer is yes. This is one of the key things that we seek on the path of Kriya Yoga. For a relationship with the Divine helps you tremendously. Now, in many theologies, and Kriya Yoga is not a theology, it's a mystical path, but in many, many theologies, the Divine, if you will, is a being to whom we come as beggars. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme, Lord, gimme, Lord, gimme, gimme, gimme. Or we come as bargainers. If you give me this, I'll do that. Or I'll do this, so you give me that. Beggars or beggars or bargainers. But we're not. We're not neither of those things. You're not a beggar, you're not a bargainer. You are. You come in, you and I, we have come into the garden of God, the garden of the Divine. And it is said in the mystical tradition that God is not our Father, but is our elder brother. And we have entered into his garden, asking, oh, my elder brother, show me what you have learned about life, what you know about life. Show me this. Let me come and live with you, my beloved. Let me live with you in your garden. And thus we do. And the whole purpose of our incarnation is to learn the nature of this that we live in. And one of the key ways that we do this is by attuning to the Divine. Now, you may feel like in the beginning, well, I attune to the Divine, and what does the Divine do? Blesses me and brings me the good things I want in my life. But what we're really seeking, my beloved, is an intimate relationship. Intimate. One where you can go up and say, Namaste. Hi. Hi, as the little ones say. Hi. Or, can I borrow $2? Oh, I need $100 this week. Could I borrow $100? I'll give it back to you next week. Sure, no problem. That kind of intimate friendship takes cultivation, right? It takes cultivation. Now there's a mystery to this relationship cultivation. There's a deep, deep mystery to it. And the mystery is that we must first I guess that's not first, because we're going to do what is first today. We're going to, if you choose, seek to strengthen your relationship with the divine, to reignite your relationship with the divine, to become closer to the divine through ritual. But let me tell you, today is the first in a series of 3 to 5 teachings. It depends on how the energy flows from you and through me, on creating an intimate relationship with the divine. Just like any other relationship, my beloved, it takes time. It takes energy. And you must know what it is that you are seeking. Maybe you don't know what it is that you're seeking, but you must know what you value the most in life. And so your task for this week, your tarka for this week, tarka is deep, deep reflection. After we do the ritual and after we say the prayers, you need to go off and do some tarka, some reflection. And what is it on? What do you value the most in life? Now, write it down. But I'm going to suggest to you that you write it in code so that you tell the truth. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about what you value. All right? Because you look around the world now and you can see that there are people who value the acquisition of the things. Obviously, you've got some acquisition of things behind me. Books. They're things. The acquisition of things. The acquisition of wealth. Not spiritual wealth, but material wealth. There are people in the world who desire what they want, what they value primarily is dollar bill wealth. I was going to say French franc wealth. That shows you where my mind is at. The franc has been, the only place it still is in my wallet. Euro wealth, rupee wealth, rubles wealth. Yen wealth. They value that more than anything else. So you have to ask yourself, the target must be, what do you value the most? Not what do you wish that you valued the most, but what do you value the most? Some people it's family, some people it's acceptance, some people it is wisdom. Some people, they just want to be loved. What you have to do this week is ask yourself, what do you value? And the second question is very, 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 very important. You take a little time and you go back in your life and you say, now, what have I done in the course of my life? What have I thought? What have I said? What have I done to draw that I value into my life? if it is the acceptance from other people, what are you doing to be accepted? And I'm not saying that this is the thing that one wants. I'm saying sometimes it is what you value the most, because it is what you're striving for the most. And, if you've spent all of your life trying to be accepted and still find a lack, then maybe the question is this really what I want? Is this really a value to me? Or should I perhaps change the prism of my life? And so the task this week, as you are seeking to become closer to the divine, is to ask yourself what you value. What's the highest value, highest attribute that you value in life? The highest goal, if you will, to have in life is what you are asking. Period. Stop. Right? We've talked about the need to create intimacy. We've talked about the importance of name. We've talked about your values, not my values. And the reason it's so important that you put this privately on a piece of paper, put it someplace in your journal in code, that I would just write the words down if you need to, is you need to be truthful. Don't lie to yourself. My guru used to say, you can lie to God, you can lie to guru, mother, father, sister, brother, God, but don't lie to yourself. All right? That's it. That's step one. And take the time this week, please, to do this. You will find it very meaningful. And it matters not whether you have a relationship already established with your Ishtadevata, or you're trying to establish it newly, or you've had one for decades. You have to ask yourself, the question is, what do I value at this time in my life? What do I think I value at this time? And what am I doing? What have I spent my whole life doing to feed that value? If you say you're valuing peace and you're pulling your guns out mentally, verbally, physically, and fighting other people, oh, you value the land, you value doing for the land, and you're spending all of your time, your prana, your earth prana, your money, digging up the land so that you can have more money. You have to ask yourself, and I'm not saying be critical of yourself, but I'm saying be discerning. You're seeking to see, if one will, the nature of the pattern of your mind. I can say, I want enlightenment, I want enlightenment. How many hours a day are you meditating? How many hours a day are you doing practice? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I want to leave my job so I can do whatever I want for the next year. Oh, I can do whatever I want. Oh, my beloved, every day of your life you're doing whatever you want. The karma is karmine. Karma-ine, you are doing whatever it is that you have brought into your life that you've been striving for. The relationship with the Ishtadevata is a relationship with the divine that is intimate, it is private, it is special, it is for you and the divine ones. It is not what I tell you. It is not what the priests tell you. It is not what the rabbis tell you. It is not what the imams tell you. It is you in your relationship. You, just you. All right? I'm going to tell you a secret. You know the secret, but I'm going to ask you, this is the second thing I'm going to ask you to meditate upon this week. It's a very simple, but very profound practice. I'd like you to do it every day. And it's nice if you take a little journal and you write it down. I'd like you to write down all of the names that you have been called by in your life. Sister, daughter, son, mother, father, brother. Those are the titles, perhaps. Were you called sis? Were you called bro? Were you called ma? Or mima? Or mama? Or madre? Or mommy? Or papa? Or daddy? Or dada? Were you called Steve? Or Stevie? Or Stephen? Or John? Or Johnny? Or Joe? Write down the names. You will be absolutely surprised when you write down the names. Were you called Smiley? You will be surprised as you write down the names. And then write down next to them. Step 2. You're just writing down all the names that you can remember that anybody ever called you. Who called you that name? Who called you that name? And what was your reaction when they called you that name? Did it open your heart? Does it open your heart to remember, or does it close your heart? Was somebody calling you that name because they were so intimate with you that they could call you that name and nobody else could? And because of their intimacy with you, my beloved, you would do for them. Your heart opened, your skills opened, anything they needed, you would do because they called you by that name. Very, very, very vital as the next step on the spiritual path, on this part of the spiritual path. You will learn an enormous amount about your consciousness. You will learn an enormous, enormous amount about the nature of your consciousness, the nature of your relationship to the others. You know, there were 2 people in this world that called me sis. Just 2. They're both gone. And, even if somebody called me by that name again, it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't resonate. It wouldn't resonate. But I can still hear their voices. Yeah. Oh my. I say the name and I can hear their voices. And you heard it. The throat got a little choked up saying that name and hearing their voices. But I know that when they called me, I would react in very specific ways. It wasn't always benefic, but very specific ways. All right? So you have 2 practices for the week. The attributes practice and the name practice. Your values and the naming, right? Just write them down, and then we will next week go through in our meditation some extra steps that you will take, all right? And some things that you will do, and I had to make sure I remembered exactly which ones I had asked you to do today. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a ritual. We're going to go into a ritual which, if you wish, you may participate in, of course, in which we will call upon the divine to appear to us, to come to us. I was asked earlier this week, I was told that the Ishta chooses you, but I've heard that you choose the Ishta. And the answer to that is that in Western thought, we don't like to think that we are chosen. We like to think that we choose. We like to think that we have self-will and self-control. Eastern thought, which is more mystical, says that the divine is drawn to you. The divine form is drawn to you. But it's drawn to you because of a particular vibration that you are resonating at that time. If I chant again and again and again, Ram, 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 I don't expect Lord Shiva to show up. All right? If I chant Om Shri Lakshmi Svaha, Om Shri Lakshmi Svaha, Om Shri Lakshmi Svaha. I don't expect Lord Shiva to show up. Om Gum, Om Gum, Om Gum, Om Gam, Gam, Gam. Well, that's getting a little closer. I'm calling upon Lord Ganesh, still not calling upon Shiva. So if I want the attributes of Shiva, I need to know the name to use. I need to know the sound. The vak is very important. Whether you use the bij sound or you use mantra, you need to know the name. Calling upon the divine, one of the wonderful things about Eastern thought, yogic thought, Indian thought, is really that there has been over the decades, the millennium, great imagination in the use of the name. So, if I'm going to call Ganapati, Lord Ganesh, there's 1,007 names I can call. 1,007 names which have attributes of that form of the divine. We're talking about attributes of a state of consciousness, my beloved. We're seeking for each of us individually is to find the name that is most intimate for us at this moment with the divine. Very simple. To do that, you have to know what you're looking for. And so let us go into a ritual. We're going to go into a ritual meditation, all right? A ritual is something we do internally. And as we go into the meditation, the purpose of it will be to allow you to see more clearly, to allow us to enter into a closer, more intimate relationship with the divine. That's all. Simple. And if you have been in a relationship with the divine, it doesn't matter. It can always be more intimate. When I was married for 1 year, I thought it was a big deal. When I was married for 3 years, I thought it was a big deal. When I was married for 5 years, I thought it was really an intimate relationship. When I was married for 15 years, I thought, I learned something at 14 I haven't learned before. When I was married at 25, I thought, this is nice, this is nice, this is a really more intimate relationship. When I was married at 30, it seemed more intimate. When I was married at 40, it seemed more intimate. And now, coming up shortly on 46 years to the same person, I realize, walking through time, it can become more intimate. And this is just with a human. It's not with the divine. It always can become more human, more intimate rather. And I guess more human, but more intimate. And my beloved, always is changing. As you walk through Kala, through time, relationships change. Your relationship with the divine will change. When I look now from this view at the people who've been married 72 years and 76 years, as family of one of my friends, she's going to do a blessing next 2 weeks, and they've been married 76 years. I think, whoa, what do they know? What have they learned? What do they know? So maybe you won't be married. Somebody's saying, is your relationship, excuse me, let me see if I can answer this. Is your relationship with a single Ishtadevata? Thank you for asking that question. There is only one divine. Only one form of the divine, my beloved. Only one divine, excuse me. Many, 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 many forms. And there is a ritual which I will give you before we conclude this series. That's why I said it, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe, we'll see what it turns out to be. But because you brought the question up, at the time, I will make a note. There is a way when you feel this form, I'm not resonating with this form of the divine anymore. And in a way, sometimes what happens is you feel a knocking on the door. You feel like another form of the divine wants to come in and be with you. And one of my disciples said recently, I feel like I'm cheating because I keep seeing this other form of the divine. The answer is no. You've walked through time. I can assure you that if you looked at pictures of me when I was married, I don't look anything like that. My hair isn't the same, my body isn't the same, my eyebrows aren't the same, my face is certainly not the same. Maybe I have the same dimples or similar. But the answer is no, 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 no. It doesn't mean that I am not the same person. Your relationship with the divine is your relationship with the one. It may change form. And there's a method, a technique for changing form so that you do not ever lose all of the energy, all the yoga siddhi, all the intimacy that you have put into that relationship with the divine. All right? And so we will cover that. I just made a note to be sure that we do. And thank you for asking, Swamiji. I appreciate your asking the question. So now we will go into the ritual. And at the conclusion of the ritual, we will come out, but not deeply out of the meditation. We'll stay in the meditation, and then we will offer our prayers. And in yogic prayer, in Kriya Yoga prayer, we are bringing all of our energy, all of your yoga siddhi to the sun center, and you're radiating it forth to those in need. We call upon the powers that be, and we radiate it forth. There is so much need in the world, so much need, so much rage, so much emotionality, so much upset. But you are a part of Indra's net. And as you and I radiate that bliss, it makes a difference. As we become balanced, it makes a difference in Indra's net, the net that we are all a part of, the life that we are all a part of. And so that is how we will end our time together. I thank you for the blessings of being here. And now let us go into our meditative ritual. Namaste, Ji. Sitting with your spine erect, place your hands in the Om Mudra upon your thighs, the index finger and the thumb together, cupped upward upon your thigh. Sit with your spine erect. And turn your head to the left with a double exhalation. Bring the head back to the center and begin to watch the breath. Use the sipping breath to draw the energy from the limbs of the body to the trunk of the body. Now from the trunk of the body, pull the energy into the spinal column. From the base of the spine, pull the energy up to the sun center. And move that energy out in front of you as a golden ball of light, expanding that light. And sweep around your body to the left 3 times, encasing your being in golden light. Expand that golden light and now ascend, focusing at the sun center. Pull the energy up, ascend above the room you're in, above the building you're in, ascend. Om Namo 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 Namo. Om Namo 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 Ascend to the high place. Ascending to the high place of meditation. As you stand at the high place, stop and feel the blessings of this place. You are welcome here. You are safe here. You are protected here. You are guarded here. That the goodness and the highest expressions of the goodness of life will pour forth to you. With welcome, you enter this sacred space. In this grove, find yourself a meditation place. O ye powers that be, we call upon thee to join with us in this ritual. Most beloved and precious Ishtadevata, come to us, come to us, come to us. In your mind's eye, you see a mountaintop. The top of the mountain is shining a brilliant light. It radiates down upon your being. The light shines from the mountain as a current upon which you ride, ascend, step into the light with ease, ascend upward. Om Namo Bhagava. 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 Ascend with light until you reach the top of the mountain. gazing in all directions. You are aware this is the high point for you at this moment. You see in front of you a cave. And you are aware the light is coming from the cave. The light that has drawn you here is coming from the cave. Most beloved and precious Ishta, we seek thy presence. Enter into the cave and begin to descend into the mountain. The light is radiating forth from all sides. The crystals of the mountain radiating forth. The gemstones radiating their blessings, the crystals, the light, the colors, all drawing you deeper into the mountain. The song of the mountain draws you forth. The path opens widely. In front of you is a massive room. So high it looks to go to the top of the mountain. So wide it looks to go to the edges of the mountain. Enter into the room. Standing at the entrance, feel your entire being filled with bliss, with light. Ananda, 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 radiating forth from all sides. Entering comfortably into the light. You find a place that has been created for you to sit. A beautiful place for you to sit. In your own words, hear these words. Speak them from your own heart in your own way, something similar. Most beloved Ishta, I wish to know you more intimately. I wish to become one with you. Come to me, please, in the form now that I need to see you. With a vibration now that will be of biggest help to me. Come to me, my Lord. Draw me into thy presence. Draw me into thy presence. Draw me into thy presence. And feel yourself drawn closer and closer to the divine. The light becomes brighter and brighter. And you see from a distance a more brilliant, brilliant, brilliant light. You see a dot of light coming towards you, a bindu of light. Watch it come towards you. The circle begins to grow, the dot grows, until you can feel the radiance of the Lord. You grow closer and closer and closer to the circle. Most beloved Ishta, may I feel thy presence. May I feel the blessing of thy presence. Feel the form of light begin to take shape. See the form taking shape. Feel the form taking shape. And let the form emerge into the form of your beloved Ishta. Let the form emerge into the form of your beloved Ishta. The form emerges. You gaze upon the Ishta. Smile upon the Ishta. Introduce yourself again, if you will. Say hello. Tell the Ishta the name that you wish to be called by at this moment. Smile at the Ishta. Smile at your beloved Ishta. Feel the smile beginning at your eyes. Lift up your countenance to your Ishta and feel the Ishta smiling back at you. And now speak to your Ishta, saying whatever you wish to say, your own words, whatever it is that you're seeking in this closer relationship. Speak that silently to your Ishta. And now finish up your dialogue for this moment. Ask your Ishta, please, may you take hold of the hand of your Ishta. And feel your Ishta smiling upon you and graciously reaching out its hand to you. Ask your Ishta if you will come out, if it will come with you outside of the cave to the mountaintop. If it will be with you with each breath that you take. Feel the affirming blessing. Ascend together, ascend up through the cave. The light of the Ishta carrying you up through the cave, past all of the crystals, up, 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 ascend, 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 ascend. Om Namo Bhagava. Om Namo Bhagava. Om Namo Bhagava. To the top of the mountain. You and your Ishta walk out of the entrance to the cave. And you find yourself at the top of the mountain and see the sacred grove all around you. Together, you and your Ishta find a meditation place in the sacred grove. O Great Spirit, most beloved and precious Ishta, O ye powers that be, join with us as we send forth our blessings. First to Mother Gaia, who is our host in this incarnation, that all that this beloved living being needs is given unto her, that she remains strong and healthy. Let us feel the gratitude for our presence upon the earth. And let us chant the Om Shanti mantra, that peace reign through every corner of her being. Let us chant this mantra, blessing Mother Gaia, a round of 6 times. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the golden drops of light pouring forth from your sun center, from your Ishta Devata, and from all of the divine ones as we chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O ye powers that be, join with us as we send forth our blessings to all of those beings upon the earth who are living with water insecurity. We offer them pure water. With food insecurity, we offer a piece of fruit. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For all of those beings who are living with shelter insecurity, economic insecurity, health insecurity, we send forth our blessings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O ye powers that be, the needs upon the earth are far greater than we can articulate in our prayers. Thou knowest far better than we what they are, where our blessings can go. We ask only this, that the karma of all sentient life upon the earth be lightened, be eased, be blessed, be abundantly blessed. And let us chant the Om Shanti mantra 6 times. Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O ye powers that be, we call upon thee that our blessings extend beyond the earth to all realms of reality, that all of those beings in all realms of reality receive blessings, that their karmas be softened, that the highest good be blessed, be offered to them, be given to them. We know that we might not ever see the results of our prayers. We ask only that they be offered. We know with assurance that in time they will be accepted. In time they will be blessing. The greeds will dissolve, the desires will dissolve, the rage will dissolve, the emotionality of the minds will dissolve, and healing will come forth, compassion will come forth, wisdom will come forth, love will radiate abundantly, prema will fill each crevice of reality. Again, my beloved, let us chant the Om Shanti mantra 6 times. Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Om Shanti. 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 Om Shanti. 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 Om Shanti. 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 Arahit Om. And our one last petition, O Lord, O ye powers that be, we send forth these blessings for all of the helpers, for all of those beings who are entering the earth realm. May they remember their goodness and radiate that goodness as they incarnate. For all of those beings who are leaving the earth realm, may they hold on to and remember their goodness and radiate that goodness in the next realm. We send forth our gratitude to all of the helpers in all of the realms who are a blessing unto us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Namaskar. Thank you for your blessings, for your spiritual energy, for all that you have poured forth today. May you be abundantly blessed. Namaste ji. Namaskar.